Welcome to Market Matters. I'm Nadia Hassan together with Charlotte Chong. Companies in the news is Top Glove, Corporation Bhd. It's no surprise we picked it today because of course they're one of the world's largest producer of rubber gloves. Up 7.82% to 11.86, well 11 ringgit and 86 on massive record earnings. Now the funny thing is they issued a press release, right? When we saw about the earnings. And although you can't really read emotions in a press release, you can feel that they're just a tad bit very, very proud of these numbers.
Yeah, so what they say is a profit came in all-time quarterly high at 128.3 million. Revenue was also at all-time quarterly high of 800 million ringgit. I didn't put words into your press release. I took it exactly from the press release itself. And Nadia, we have been talking about beneficiary from strengthening of US dollar and also low commodity prices. Yes. And now we see it from the numbers of this company.
Yeah, exactly. We've been doing the show for a couple of months, and you have seen that we have been talking about this happy incidence of the strong USD and the weak ringgit, and of course the low commodity prices. Yeah. So, but we have yet to see the numbers. We talk about that, about the furniture companies, we talk about the rubber glove companies. This is proof positive that actually this trifecta will continue to kind of affect them for the very long time. Highest quarterly sales volume, 15%. Nitrile gloves, of course, which are the better margin gloves, grew 54%. Were there any diseases last year? I can't remember. Was it MERS? Or was it MERS was the year before?
I think it was the year before. Not
Ebola was this year?
Ebola was last year.
Okay, exactly. So the fact is, it's one of those sad things where this goes up and that, but I think it's for the very, very simple reason that you do have strong USD.
Correct.
And so with a touch of pride, they do say they will continue to expand operations and build, of course, new facilities. Well, why wouldn't they? They've got a massive amount of cash. More efficient and technology, advanced production lines towards better profitability. I almost can see him saying this while standing on a hill with a flag.
No, the company actually say that they are in talks with several companies, 3 to 4 companies, not just locally, but outside of Malaysia as well. And we were talking about this company called Comfort Gloves a week ago with Chong.
Last week.
Yeah, correct. And probably one of the potential acquisition probably is coming from Comfort Gloves. We wouldn't know.
We're treading a bit lightly for the very simple reason we don't know. But the fact is, if you want a big guy to come along, you can't get a bigger guy than Top Glove. And as we talked about Comfort Gloves, they did just see a turnaround, didn't they? They did just see better numbers. They're not actually that big. So maybe in the enveloping arms of Top Glove, they might find the bosom of home. We're not sure. Of course, we're just speculating at this point, but it would be those kind of targets, right, that they would be looking for.
Correct. So just now when I look at the financial results, right, I actually had a look at their balance sheet as well. It has a war chest of 469.47 million.
Nice.
If you compare the figure with last year, it was 146.5 million. It's actually quite a big jump, and they have this ability to buy smaller companies. Like Comfort Gloves.
But we're not saying they are.
Yeah.
We're not saying...
We wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know.
Now, the group is also diversifying into property sector as well, because they have this company, this tower called Top Glove Tower, it's a 23-story tower with a gross build-out of 640,000 square feet.
I think when you diversify, maybe... Because diversify gives me this image, I suppose, of actually going into it wholeheartedly. I think this guys is just like a side business because these guys are good at making gloves. They should just be good at making gloves. 27 factories, 500 production lines. We have rattled these numbers off and again. What else can we say about Top Glove? The fact is, now here's the thing. When you win gold medal at the Olympics and you go back the next 4 years, what do people expect you to win?
Golden.
Exactly. How long can this last? How long can this euphoria? But of course, if you look at, and we've been following the markets all over the world, it looks like the strong USD is going to continue. So maybe you will continue to see good rounds of numbers. If I were them, and of course they know so much more better than me, I'd just stock up and save and save and save. And when the times go down for that cycle, you are more than ready to kind of deal with it. So just to sort of wrap it up for you, the fact is we're looking at Top Glove today, and Top Glove has had, in their own words, record a number of numbers, right? You're looking at massive, massive numbers for the very simple reason that they benefited from the strong USD and lower commodity prices. A touch of pride, they did say that, look, our numbers the sales were the highest ever, and but the problem is, and the question I always have is how you're going to contain it. How are you going to push it on?
They have to, they have to increase their production lines. They have to fight with the big boys in the market,
Yes.
like Tenaga and Supermax.
Yeah. So
But
it's
I still think that they need to focus on, what they are good at.
Yeah, I think they will continue to do that. I mean, this company's been around for quite so long time.
Yeah.
Moving on to our broker's call for today, we are looking at something along the lines of Tenaga Nasional Bhd. This happened yesterday, very late yesterday, about 7 o'clock. And because we got the email, right, they agreed to buy a 30% stake in Turkey. That's Turkey, the country, not Turkey, the bird, because next week's Christmas, right?
Christmas.
GEM Energy for US 243 million, based in, of course, in Turkey, from these three parties, Gamma Holdings AS, International Finance Corp, Global Infrastructure Fund. They want to allow, this purchase of 30% will allow Tenaga access to 2,021.9 megawatts or 1,215 megawatts. If you want to be Gamma Energy's associates, we are looking at two research houses today.
Correct.
TA and RHB. TA has a buy with a target price of 1707. RHB also maintains their buy with 1820. And the share price, what was the share price today?
The share price was at 12.82, close 0.16% lower today. Now, actually, some of the analysts actually went to website and looked at this company called Gamma Energy.
Yeah,
which they are going
because
to buy
they actually didn't have
30%.
many details.
Yeah, it's pretty scarce now, but we know that this company actually own 8 power generation assets, of which 7 are in Turkey and 1 in Ireland, as well as water conveyance and treatment asset in Jordan.
Yeah, so TA has said that management has, of course, said the extension of expanding. That is not new, by the way. They've
Correct.
been wanting
Yeah.
to do it since Sheikh Alip time, which was years and years ago. It's in line with their 5-year international expansion roadmap. I think the most important thing that you need to look at is how much you pay for it. You can buy a gold carriage if you want, but if you overpaid market price for it, you are not a smart investor. You just have really bad taste.
Like TA actually said the acquisition price appears to be reasonable, given that bulk assets are relatively new. It's about 30 to 50 years. And if you compare with the acquisition price of power assets in Malaysia,
Yes.
it's actually considered cheaper, much cheaper than Malaysia power assets.
Yeah, you wonder whether that's because of any other reasons. But the fact is, we're looking at, like we said, about TA. So the company, like we say, they do feel it's a good thing for them. It appears reasonable, but they're not holding their horses yet for the very simple reason there's not enough details. And the devil is always in the details, as we all know this. The other thing which I thought TA picked up, which I was interested in, do you remember a couple of weeks ago, Tenaga were talking about the tax claim?
Correct.
Yeah,
The
and
200 over million.
Well, actually, it's 2.1 billion.
Oh,
more
2.1.
than
From IRB.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Not IRB. IRB is saying you owe us 2.1
Yeah.
billion. The taxman eventually apparently always comes to collect. They do say that they have a pay and leave from the High Court decision, and bigger than that, they say it will have significant impact. It will have significant impact on them, apart from that one-off charge. Forecast could be further impacted by a staggering 8 to 9%, assuming
That's good.
they completely remove all these tax incentives. Is that good for them?
Actually, we asked one of the ministers this question: what would happen if IRB did not grant them the extension?
Yes.
But they didn't say anything, and I am very glad that they actually got the grant from the authorities, 2.1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, just to wrap it up for all of us, because we are finishing round of time, we are looking at Tenaga Nasional Bhd as for today's broker's call. And the reason for that is simply because they have bought a stake in Turkey, in a Turkey power plant. TA obviously still maintains a buy with 1707. They want more on the details. So does RHB, maintain a buy at 1820. And but the thing is, we still need the details. We still need to see what the purchase is. But so far, cautiously, they're optimistic. That's all that we have for you today. I'm Nadia Hassan, together with Charlotte Chong. This is Market Matters, and if you want more, you actually can go to our website and pick the edgemarkets.com simply for more information, or pick up a physical copy of the paper. Good luck, guys. We're crossing our fingers, waiting for Janet Yellen.